One that I know we've both seen.
We sat next to each other, in fact.
We did.
Yes.
We did. We held hands because it was such a feel-good film.
Oh.
You know, it was wipe that cheeky tear at the end, hold hands.
Well, I tell you what, I had a right day of it on Monday with both the films. We'll talk about Onward in a little bit, but I've sobbed like a baby in 2 of these movies.
It is a week for the feels.
Yes, it is a week for the feels, and it's not even Valentine's Day.
It's not. Tell us about Military Wives then, Miss
Well,
Perfect.
do you know what? The way I looked at this was sometimes you need a story that isn't necessarily groundbreaking, okay? And it's just genuinely a lovely British film. This is brought to you by the director of The Full Monty, so you can already gather the idea of like the sense of tone of this movie.
It's kind of comparable, isn't it, as well? In terms of the setup, the concept, the way it unfolds, it is kind of comparable.
Yeah, so this is Military Wives. It is starring Kristen Scott Thomas and Sharon Horgan. It tells the tale of essentially the first military wives choir in the UK. So following a group of women whose husbands are all deployed to Afghanistan for 6 months, they're on the base and they are helping to keep themselves all occupied. They decide to set up a choir, and as a knock-on effect of that, become this global movement and media sensation.
They need something to focus on.
I think Afghan is enough.
No, besides that, they need something to work on collectively, a project, something that brings them together.
Look, if you think singing Onward Christian Soldiers is what the women need, then you're more out of touch than I thought.
I am simply trying to do my duty as Colonel's wife to the best of my ability.
Do it. Just go ahead. You don't need my permission.
We both know the women won't join if you don't. I'm quite aware of how they feel about me. Listen, I know you still want to be part of the gang, but unfortunately, you have a leadership role on this tour, and that means responsibilities. You may not need the choir, Lisa, but those women do.
So Kristen Scott Thomas and Sharon Horgan butting heads there, and I like the dynamic between them.
Well, we should explain that actually, because Kristen Scott Thomas, she's very jolly hockey sticks and very much like, I like to sing hymns. This is how we do it. I'm the wife of a colonel, and yet Sharon Horgan is so laid back. She's horizontal, and she's just like, look, we just want to have a coffee and a chat and just, she probably needs more structure.
Well, they are playing sort of to their own types, I think, in a way, and that's what it works. But I think the chemistry between them is so good, as you heard in the clip. The chemistry between them is so fun that I think it elevates what would have been quite a boilerplate thing otherwise. Yeah. Gives it just a little bit more charm and a little bit more like. There's a good supporting cast, well, mostly unknowns.
Mostly unknowns, but I think that adds to it. The realness and the relatability of this film is brilliant. So you've got your characters in there who, one lady loves football, one lady's in, a same-sex relationship. One is, very new to a marriage, and she's basically coming back to, she's come onto the base for the first time and doesn't know what to expect from that. You get all of those kind of different sort of feels from it. You get essentially a ragbag of misfits who come together at the beginning, can't really sing together, but then through Sharon Horgan's character, who has a background in kind of songwriting, albeit as a hobby, she pulls all of that together. And what I love about it is actually the true life tale that comes out of this. Yeah. And so this is obviously not based on it's a fictionalized retelling, absolutely. But the actual Military Wives Choir, its initial success spawned 75 separate choirs in a number of military bases, not just in the UK, but also abroad. Yeah,
because they do list a load of them, don't they, at one point?
Yes, they do, right at the end credits. They're really interesting end credits to watch because of this. There's also the fact that the choir got in touch with Gareth Malone, who, if you're listening in from the UK, you might recognise him from the TV series The Choir. They came on, the fourth series was named The Choir Military Wives. It was really successful. And in 2011, they ended up having a Christmas #1 with their single Wherever You Are.
I think because that's kind of how most of us know of them outside of watching the choir. Just before we get to the thumbs, I will just say as well, I really loved Jason Fleming in this movie.
I love Jason Fleming in it.
Because he's kind of a very minor character.
He's understated, but steals every scene.
Yeah. He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
It's a feel-good film. It's one that's easy to watch. It's probably not, if you look at the poster, you kind of go, nah, it looks a bit naff.
You would think it's weak, wouldn't you, from the poster?
Yeah, but it's not.
No.
It's not. It's a really, really good, solid film. So for me, I give it 1 3/4 thumbs up. I think it was really good.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm going to go exactly the same.
It's nice to agree with you once in a while.
Sometimes it's nice to sing in harmony, Becks.
Yes.